3-team trade. De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs, Zach LaVine to the Kings, Chicago Bulls got Chicago Bulls. Now, we could talk about that trade itself, but I want to talk it in context of Jimmy Butler. Good or a bad thing for the Phoenix Suns trying to land the Miami Heat star?
Indifferent. I mean,
you think it has no impact?
Well, I think the only impact it is it limits who that third or fourth team might be. But at this point, I think we've gotten our answer that Bradley Beal doesn't seem like he's real willing to move, and there doesn't seem like there's a real market for Bradley Beal. So I think some of these other teams moved on to a deal like that because they realize there might not be any path for a Butler to Phoenix deal. So why wait around for it when we've got something that we're happy enough with here? Plus, it makes the Spurs that much better, and they're probably going to be right up your tailpipe for that 10th, 9th, 10th spot in that play-in as well. The West got much tougher after it.
I don't know if that trade has any bearing on the Jimmy Butler stuff, but I will say I don't think it's unrealistic that Bradley Beal will waive his no trade clause at some point because, look, his agent is related to the president of this Suns organization. If Bradley Beal was truly not waiving it, not going anywhere, we wouldn't continue to hear all these Suns trade rumors about guys that they're pursuing, guys that they're interested in. There's no way that Bradley Beal has just been in the dark about all of this and is just waiting for them to present him an offer that he can turn down. There are probably some select locations that he is open to relocating, just reading the tea leaves on this. But they haven't been able to find one that works with the framework of a trade to bring Jimmy Butler to the Suns. So that's probably what they've been doing this whole time, is trying to figure out how they can merge those different interests to make this trade happen. And if they're not able to do that in the closing days leading up to Thursday's deadline, then you probably have to pivot to some other ancillary deals, some other targets that make you better but aren't Jimmy Butler, because, again, their focus is building for the long term, building for the short term. But I just don't believe that Beal is unequivocally opposed to waiving the no-trade clause.
I think he waives it under pressure. It might be last minute, and that opens up the opportunity for them to make the trade that they need to bring in Jimmy. It might be in a way that we haven't ciphered through, which might be impossible considering Gerald's looked at literally every possible option, but it might take something that we just weren't aware of or we weren't privy to that ultimately kicks the door down on it.
You know the basketball hoops at the fairs when you go and you shoot?
The ones that are rigged?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And it looks like there's a path for you to get that ball in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really it's a warped rim, and the chances are extremely slim.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we're dealing with. That there is a way that it could happen, but it is such a slim thing that you're going to have to thread that needle that it's going to take a hell of a lot of finessing between now and Thursday at 1 p.m. to find that right deal that fits everybody's parameters, that finds you in a better position than where you are right now.
Well, the moral of the story is, who knows? I'm not sure we know. I'm not sure you know either, but we will all react together when it happens. If the Suns make any trades, we're doing an emergency pod. We're breaking it all down.